What up, my dudes? Ryan Dungey. Oh, man. What in tarnations, bro? It's been a pretty crazy couple of races here for Dungey. He's, like, weirdly gotten better, but, like, it hasn't really shown. You know what I mean? There's, like, some weird shit going on here. So we get to Washougal. Dungey, like, doesn't he pull the whole shot, I'm pretty sure? I don't know. He's been up there, like, a lot. But he was, like, riding right there with Sexton and Tomac, and then something happens to the bike. Of course, we finally get to a track where it's, like, probably not as wide open-y on the throttle. You know, Dungey could have had more of a chance to really finish good. But then the bike messes up. Here we go again. Didn't Dungey go through this shit before? You know what I'm saying, boys? Holy shit. So anyways, get to the second moto. Dungey gets like a worse start because he had the bad gate pick, and he catches all the way back up to like fourth. I don't know how close third was, but he was right there. It's like, you know, you got to think about the kind of year that we're in here as far as 2022 Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. It's literally just Tomac and Sexton. That's it. They're on a whole nother level. Nobody else is even close. So the fact that Dungey is right there in that like third position, it really means a lot more than what it seems to mean, you know, because nobody is on Sexton or Tomac's level. It's not like... you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying here, boys? Like, it's just one of those kind of years where it's like, I don't think it would really matter what Dungey did, but we got to think it wouldn't really matter about what anybody else did. Nobody can catch Tomac and Sexton. So it's like, you know, just because Dungey can't necessarily get it up there to a win or like a moto win or a second place doesn't mean that Dungey is not doing amazing, because he is. He is. Even if you put all that other, all the retirement bullshit aside, I mean, this is like not that different from what I would expect from a Dungey to begin with. I mean, yeah, you'd expect Dungey to maybe be a little bit better, but like, just imagine if you had like, you know, a super fast like Villapoto, super fast like James Stewart, and they were like 30 seconds ahead of everybody else. I mean, how much would you really expect Dungey on a KTM to be able to catch something like that anyways? You know, yeah, Dungey, you know, he would have his moments where like Stewart would crash or Villapoto wouldn't get as good of a start or like whatever. But what I'm trying to say here, though, is I think Dungey is doing fine. I mean, shit, I think Dungey's done enough to deserve at least to be able to ride outdoors next year again on the KTM. I think he's at least, like, bare minimum done that much. But I think they re-signed Muscan, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the hell they're doing. But Dungey is doing way better. And you're constantly seeing his name. He's the name you're seeing the most right now on KTM. He's literally running the brand right now in outdoors this year. I get it, Webb's not there, but again, Webb's not there. So, you know, does KTM want somebody to be, you know, representing them and getting up there and pulling hole shots and being up there at the start and all this type of shit? Plessinger's done it just a little bit, but like really Dungey has been the consistent one that's continued to do that, even though he's not really had a, you know, like a moto win or something like that. It's like you can't really point to, well, this other guy on the KTM is doing really well and right up there with Tomac and Sexton. You can't even say that. This kind of goes into what I think James Stewart was talking about, like the KTM slow or some shit, right? Or fucking, I don't know what was exactly said on that, but you boys get the gist. James Stewart's podcast, right? But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like Dungey is basically the one leading the team right now, so you can't even exactly, even if you put everything else aside, you still couldn't even have expected Dungey to have necessarily been right up there with Tomac and Sexton this particular year. Something is just clicking with Tomac. I don't know if that's because he thinks this is his last time doing outdoors, so he's really on the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of Tomac, but like an extra 10%. And then you got Sexton that is trying to fucking do something without constantly crashing every time he gets a lead. So he's like really trying to push. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, you know, if Dungey can be up there battling with Roxon and Anderson and all these other, I mean, shit, bruh, I think that's plenty enough to deserve. And I'm telling you, if you gave Dungey the chance to come back, like in Supercross or Outdoors next year, he would be even better. He would be even more consistent. He would be even better later into the races and all that other, like Dungey just has, I don't think he's had enough time yet to even get himself back. I don't think it's as much he can't get back to where he was. I think it's more so he just hasn't had the time to get back to where he wants to get back to. And I get, you know, him getting those good starts, and that's going to allow him to kind of see the speed. But when two guys just happen to be on that much more of a speed level, it's almost like if they get the start, it's almost worth just taking the third place in a sense. You know, because I'm sure there's going to be motos where Tomac, obviously he's won a shitload of races at this point, but typically when you have the really fast guy that's 20 seconds ahead like that, typically they're not as consistent as the dude in third place that's in third place every single moto. But we're just living in one of those crazy years where Tomac is super fucking fast and also super consistent at the exact same time. That is very rare. That is super rare. So it's kind of like, it's not even like blaming Dungey, like, oh shit, why can't Dungey get up there? It's like, why can't anybody else get up there other than Sexton? You know, you really can't put too much on Dungey right now, you know what I'm saying, dogs? So either way, I don't even know what this video is about. Just want to talk a little bit about Dungey. Really sucks that his bike messed up. I mean, I think that for that reason right there, Dungey running up there with all them boys, and then the bike quits on him, shit. KTM were to give him some sort of more time on the bike later on, like whether that be Supercross next year, Motocross next year, they need to do something for Dungey, because I think he's definitely exceeded expectation for sure. So, and we still got a couple more rounds, so Dungey's still got that chance there to get on the podium, but we'll see if he can do it, bros. Either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. I'll see you boys on that next one. Later, dude.